So somebody had a question on Fantastic Four variations on point chat. Sorry, I don't remember her name, so I'm just going to go over this quickly. The shoulder version of Fantastic Four. So straight up, the big thing you need to know first off is grip. So the way I hold my point, right, my palm, that is handle to handle. And grip is really important in how tight you have it. The tighter you have, the more consistent you have your hand strength and wrist strength built up to hold that, the better off long term you will be for Fantastic Four, because it'll keep everything nice and constricted. If it's loose, one point will become floppy, cause some weird timing things. So the big thing you need to know to start off with, you need to make sure you can be able to start a standard Superman. You need to be able to switch it from thumb to pinky on both sides. So what I mean is rotating your hand down, switching to pinky on your native side, and then switching back over to thumb on your non-native side. So on your right side, flip over pinky, flip back over thumb on your other side, and then be able to switch between the two continuously with a kind of an elongated, slow beat. That'll give you everything you need to know for the shoulder girdle variation. Something else that might help get you into it, just because it's such a tight space you're going to flip, is knowing, of course, like your kryptonite variations. That'll just help. And if you want to build up wrist strength, knowing your standard, just meteor variations, 3-beat or standard, that'll get your arm strength and hand strength up. So where you start with is your standard Fantastic Four. And that switch we talked about, where your hand is going to flip over to thumb side, it's going to start in your armpit. So just to give you a view of what that looks like, go Fantastic Four, flip it over. And a breakdown of that is you're going to start on your same side, and I'm going to give myself a little room. And I'm going to do a little bit of the flip in the air over here. I'm going to give myself a little room just to open up, and I'm going to take that thumb side, and it's going to go into my armpit of my right side in here. And the pinky is going to bounce off the top of my shoulder, my upper tricep area up here. So it's going to bounce over as that flip. So that thumb side is going to hit on the inside of my armpit, kind of my shoulder, my back down low. And the pinky is going to hit the top of my arm. As soon as that happens, I'm going to drag my hand right across my body, and that is going to begin the switch where I switch over to my thumb side. So as soon as it hits, bam, bam, I'm going to switch over, and that thumb side is going to hit the top of my arm on this side, right here. Pinky is going to hit inside that chest, and it's going to drag back across, going to flip, and then continue. I hope that makes sense, and that's simple. There is a couple other variations just to give you something to play with. One is a pendulum variation. It's a little weird, but it doesn't start normal. It doesn't start on the native side. This one starts on the native side and goes across, which, by the way, this is one that Ben taught me. I did a video that was for groundwork, and Ben came up with this variation of the top side and showed it to me. The one I like to use is a more pendulum variation. So it goes in, hit, pendulum out. So if you notice, there's one poi on each side that swings out. So just to give you a look at that for the side. And then versus the standard we just showed. If you want to see it from the other side. No slide. And last but not least, I would say another variation is what we used to call the chewy. And it starts off on the non-native side. The thumb side hits the arm, goes up and over, and then hits back over. That should be good. If you have any other questions, let me know.